Now, a little earlier on, we were with our reporter, Liabo Setho, who's with the South African Revenue Service, who've just released their preliminary 2016-2017 tax collection figures. Now, we believe that there's been new developments there, and Liabo is going to fill us in. Liabo?
Hi, yes, I've managed to catch up with our new Finance Minister, Minister Malusi Gigaba. He's been inside, of course, giving us the update about the tax revenue collection target, which we've exceeded by at least 300,000 rand. And let's find out from him what his plan is. I know that a lot of our viewers want to know his views about where the economy is going. They want his views about job creation, his views about jobs and workers and all of that. Minister, thank you very much for making time to speak to us. Of course, we're making very slow progress, but progress indeed in collecting the revenue that we've collected. This is a very, very tough time for all of us. And as the new minister, the people at home, I know that they want to find out how are we going to make sure that jobs are created? How are we going to get the economy moving again?
You know, in the first instance, we must congratulate the South African Revenue Service for such outstanding results in a tough economic environment. We have exceeded our targets, which is something positive for the country that we need to talk about, because it means that the South African fiscus will continue to rely on South Africans funding our own democracy. We don't rely on donor funding, on grants and aid, but South Africans complying with their tax obligations in order to support the fiscus, our government expenditure. SARS has exceeded the targets that they had been set, even though they were revised downwards 3 times. But even the last revision during the budget of this year has been exceeded. We congratulate them, we congratulate our workers here for that good work. But it means that in order to grow the revenue collection, to grow our tax base, we need to grow the economy inclusively, to create new industries, to create more SMMEs, to grow more jobs, so that the tax base can grow and we can be able to collect more revenue and in return grow our fiscus. And so we are going to be focusing on 2 things. On the one hand, to support the programs that are already there, the 9-point plan that the President had announced and various other initiatives, including the infrastructure rollout program. We are going to pay a great attention to the real economy, supporting the growth of agriculture and the creation of jobs in the agricultural sector, because our agricultural sector has been underperforming in terms of job creation. Now, we can't blame the drought for that alone. We need to acknowledge that whilst the drought has had a major impact on slowing down growth in jobs in the agricultural sector, but generally, we are underperforming in terms of job creation in the agricultural sector. We are also underperforming in terms of the beneficiation program. We need to support the beneficiation and industrialization program. National Treasury has to lend its weight in supporting the Black Industrialist program in order to radicalize our economy. The radical economic transformation we are talking about is about transforming the structure of the South African economy, ensuring that we can bring on board more black people, not just as equity shareholders, but as industrialists, as SMME holders, as farmers, and in other capacities. So this is what we are going to be doing going forward to ensure that the South African economy can grow inclusively. My job is to focus singularly on inclusive growth and transformation and ensure that National Treasury manages our financial resources in a prudent manner, as we have been doing. We are not going to spend money we don't have. We will not spend outside the fiscal ceiling that has been set by government, but we will ensure that we can move the economy forward and jumpstart it by supporting additional initiatives. We hope that the private sector will partner with us, Labour is going to partner with us, and society in general, so that we can achieve these goals.
Thank you very much for your time. I'll have to let you go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was our new Finance Minister, Mr. Malusi Gigaba. He was speaking to us about his plan on how to kickstart the economy. We do know, of course, that the economy does need to be kickstarted. The economy does need to create jobs. He emphasized the issue of radical economic transformation, and that the structure of the economy as it stands does need an overhaul, does need to be changed. But of course, all of this will be measured against the jobs that will be created. People who are sitting at home, all they want to see is whether jobs will be created. Will they be able to feed their families? And this will be a task that we and many other people will be monitoring the new minister on. And it's back to the studio.
Liabo Setho, thank you very much. Catching the new Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba on the sidelines of SARS releasing their preliminary figures and getting some thoughts from him on his immediate plans going forward. We take a